Hello, this is Hi-Fi Finder. Today I wanted to present to you a CD player from Sony. This is the Sony CDP-CX153. This is not just any ordinary CD player. This CD player holds up to 100 discs. So back in the day when the CD came out, you had the unit, you had a place for only one disc. But this unit was designed to hold 100 discs. So basically this is like a cloud, a sound cloud, because it holds up to 100 CDs. And what you would do is, instead of getting up and changing the disc each time you want to hear a different disc, this would hold 100 discs like of your favorite artist or whatever you like listening to. So now with streaming, we use our phones, and it has a list, and we select what tracks. This is the same thing, but physically. It's not in a cloud. It's not in storage, in a non-physical media storage. This is a physical media storage. So what was really cool about this is at the time people were using a CD player for one disc, and at the time when this came out, it really changed how we listen to music, because you didn't have to get up. You could set a playlist similar to what you do with your phone. You could program this unit to play certain tracks off of each disc that you select. So that was very convenient at the time. Not having to get up and change the disc every time. Basically, this is a jukebox. Jukebox is what they used to have back in the day in delis and some bars, where you would go in there and it had a few discs or a few records inside the machine, multiple discs or multiple CDs, and you could select which song you wanted off each disc. Well, this was like the jukebox in your house. This is uses a laser, Sony laser, the KSS410A. It has a frequency response of 2 Hz to 20 kilohertz. It has total harmonic distortion of 0.0027%. It weighs 10 kilograms. And the year it came out was 1995. I think there was a few prior ones that had hold up to like 50 discs. I think it was they had the 5 disc, the 25 disc, and the 50, and then they came out with the 100, then the 250, I believe, then 300, and then 400. I think was the max they ever came out with Sony, and then they had other changers after that too. So I'll just show you basically how this thing works. So let me just turn it on. Well, let's just show you how the door opens. You don't need the power for it, but as you can see, we have the door, and you have access to put your discs in or take them out. You'd have to line it up, your disc, with a number, and then that number you would mark down or remember in your head. Okay, I put in let's see what I got here. So I have the soundtrack to Pulp Fiction. So basically I can just put my disc in and then close the door, and then it would scan and find the disc once you put it in. I'll just give you show you how it scans when there's no disc in the unit. So I'll just turn it on. So that when I close the door, you'll see it's going to scan through. As you see the number changing there, it's scanning to see if there's any discs, and it's slowly turning around to see if it detects a disc. So it doesn't know that there's a disc in the unit. It has to physically find the disc. So it's rotating the carousel that's here to find the disc. So basically it says no disc. So you'd open it up, it rotates to to, let me just see, rotate it to disc 1, and then the label has to be facing this side. So you take your disc and simply put it in, and then close the door, and it will spin around. And the CD player is actually in the back here. So now it's in there spinning. So basically, if you look at it, I'll show you if I can prop this up. So basically you have a CD player here, and you have the carousel here, which holds all the discs. So see, it spins around the disc. You can see the disc moving around. And right now, it's detected disc 1, and it's going to load the disc. So basically that's how it works. You'd load up, there's numbers on the actual carousel, and it goes up to 100, and you put the disc that you like wherever you put it in the slot. You put it there, and after that, once you put it there, it will know that that disc is there in that position. So when you select the number on the bottom there, on the bottom of the unit, you were able to play that disc and select the track you want. So I put a little lights inside to make it easier to see. So I'll just turn this unit around so you can actually see it in action. So what I'll do, see if you can see well. Yeah. So this is the CD player portion here. This is where the disc spins and the lasers in the back. So what I'll do is I'll just demonstrate putting this in. So I'll open it up. Wait, I'll open it up. Like this. As you can see, it puts the disc back in the carousel and swings it around to me at the door. And I can take the disc out. So I'm going to put in one disc, and I'll put in, some Bon Jovi. Reservoir Dogs, if anybody's interested what I'm putting in. And here, some Public Enemy. So the label's facing this way, because if you don't put the labels in the right, facing the right direction, it won't be able to read. So then I close the door, and you should be able to see the CDs. It went to the first disc, and it's playing the first disc now. I don't know if you can see it spinning. And so if I press play, you'll see it'll start spinning. So I'll let it spin there. I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me see if I can focus in on that. So as you can see, it's spinning here. It's being read, the CD. Sorry about all the wiring here, but you get the gist of it. Is you can hold up to 100 discs in this unit, which at the time was pretty crazy. Sorry, I'm just going to turn this around for me. And yeah, so this unit is pretty cool to have because, at least you can put all your collection, or most of your collection, or maybe if you have more than that, you'd get 2 units. But Sony did come out with ones that held more than 100 discs. They had the 300 disc, I think, or 400 disc, the max. And you could really put all your CDs and never have to touch the disc ever again. It would just stay in the unit, and these normally have a cover or box. to keep the dust out, and that was the way you would store. It was a storage for your CDs, and it was also a player, both. So that's what I found pretty cool about this unit, was the fact that it could hold your CD collection and play them. So I'll just show you some movement. So if I were to select disc 2, right, let's press play. So I select 3, disc 3, it's putting back the disc, and it's taking disc 3. Now if I put disc 4 and I press play, it's going to put back disc 3 and pick up the other one. Alright, so let me see if I can turn this around the other way so you can see the back end of it. So this is the back end. As you can see, it's very simple. It had optical out, line out, and it had this selector here. Say if you had more than one unit, you could use the same remote, and you could select between 3 of these units. So you wouldn't have to have 3 remotes. You could use one remote, and that one remote can control 3 of these units. You just have to select which one it was selected at. We'll turn this unit. As you can see, I don't know if you can see in the back here where all the buttons are, all the electronics. It's quite a big unit. It doesn't weigh a lot. It probably weighs a little bit more when you put the CDs in. Like I said, it was 10 kilograms, not too heavy. So as you can see, there's this is the unit on its side. Now what I'll do is I'll just select another one. Let's see if I can do it. As you can see, it's now moving the carousel around, looking for discs. It's scanning for discs. Now watch, it's picking up the disc, and then there's a little arm there that picks up the disc. So it's pretty cool how it picks up the disc, puts it in the actual CD player, and now it's spinning. So let's see if we can see a bit more. Okay. Let's see if you can focus on it. Well, anyways, you get the gist of it. This unit is pretty cool. I have a few of them, of these units. Sorry, a few of these units, and I think it was quite the thing to have. Instead of having all your CDs all over, you know, in big stacks where you had to go through them and find the disc you wanted and put it in a unit and take it out and put it back into its case. This was quite the solution back then, where you just kept everything in here. You bought a CD, you popped it in here, and you never had to touch it again. You just had to press play. And that was kind of how this was before the cloud, before storage was in the internet for music. This was the physical form of a cloud or storage for music back in the day. So it was a mini jukebox for the house, and I think that it was very convenient and very cool how you can see all the mechanics, how complicated the machine is. It was a really good solution at the time. I mean, now with streaming we don't need all this, but no, it's a really good unit. It's been solid, and I know the prices now are pretty cheap, so if you're looking for one, don't wait. Pick up yours today, because if you really have a big collection and you want to have storing your CDs, this is one of the best ways. Another warning is with these machines is you never want to tilt it over with the disc, because if you do, the disc will fall out and jam up and break. So it always has to be on a level table, and it can't be tilted over with the disc. You have to remove all the discs out of this unit before you tilt it over. So that's just a little warning if you do get one of these units, that if you have disc in here, you don't want to transport the unit with disc in it. It's not recommended. So that's my video today. What I could do is just take the camera and give you just a close-up view of how this unit works, so you get you know, a real look at how the mechanics works on these units. It's pretty cool. So I'll just take you off the stand there, and we'll take it in for a close look. Sorry for the shaky camera, but you know, it is what it is. So as you can see, you have the disc spinning here. Now if I change it to that, let me see if I can change it to 4. See if I can change that again. Do that again. So yeah, that's how the mechanism grabs the disc, and as you can see on the other side, that's where it spins. You can see where the spindle is, where it's actually rotating the disc inside. So what I'll do is I'll just close it, and then what I'll do is I'll open this door. Sorry for this, but there. We'll turn it on and you can really get a sense of it spinning around. And as you can see, it went to the front door. Then when I close the door, it spins around, selects the CD, and starts reading. So that's basically how the unit works. It's they don't make these units anymore. They're obsolete, obviously, with the internet, and I think that it's a shame they don't make these units anymore. But the popularity has obviously steadily went down on it with the advent of streaming. So I think it's normal that Sony stopped making these units because there's not so much of a market for it. But the thing is that I hope they do start making these units again. I don't think they will, but a few other makers made them. JVC, Pioneer, Kenwood was another company that made these units. So if you're on the market looking for them, Sony's not just the only company that made these. There was a few other companies that made awesome CD changers. I just presenting Sony because Sony was one of the big players in these carousels. Sony storage jukeboxes. So yeah, if you're looking for one, they're out there. They're not too expensive if you're looking for one. They're starting to go up slowly, but what I would do is jump on it while you have a chance. So that's my video on the CDP-CX153, a CD changer from Sony. thank you very much for tuning in today, and have a great day. Thanks.